So I've been tagged to do Nerimon's 2012 YouTube survey by Kayla, so I'm going to do that in this video. Question 1. Why you called that? My name is Kenneth Robert Macbeth. I was named that because my parents named me that after I was born. They wanted to name me something Scottish because my last name Macbeth is Scottish. And Kenneth wasn't that common, so it seemed a good bet. My middle name is Robert, which is another Scottish name. It's also quite common in my family because my uncle is called Robert and my great-grandfather was called Robert, and there's plenty of Roberts before him, I'm sure. The name for this channel, Kinetic Energy, is kind of a pun, like a parody on kinetic energy, which kind of relates back to my name, Kenneth. I also thought the username could potentially please the many YouTube science nerds there are. The name for my main channel, Kenneth Thermic, was also kind of the same reasons as Kinetic Energy, but it's funny because it also implies I'm hot. Lol 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 lol. Tell us about your favourite school teacher. I've had a lot of good school teachers, many of them have been good, all for different reasons. I had one teacher when I was in primary 5, I think. That's like 9 or 10 years old, I think it was. She was basically Professor McGonagall, and that is pretty much all I can say about her without going into unnecessary and extraneous detail. I could tell you about my least favourite teachers, that would make a far better story, but that sadly isn't the question. What is the strangest food you've ever eaten? I have probably eaten something really weird, but all I can think of at the moment is kangaroo. I ate kangaroo once, it was quite nice. It tasted a bit like liver. I have had quite a few interesting food combinations. One which springs to mind was a few weeks ago I was camping with my friend Matthew Cole, and we ate haggis and custard for breakfast, like mixed together. Wasn't that bad. I ate a barbecued worm once. Tell us about your first gig. I was 7 when I went to my first gig. It was a big free open air event put on by a local radio station. It was quite a big event, there was 45,000 people there. I looked that up. Acts performing at the gig included Hearsay, Gareth Gates, Liberty X, Darius, the Sugar Babes, and Girls Aloud. What a lineup. I was 15 when I went to my first proper rock music gig. I saw none other than Thin Lizzy. That was a good night. What is your favourite place in the world? I don't have a single favourite place in the world. I have favourite places, all for different reasons. For example, there's one place, it's quite close to my house. It's about 15 minutes away on a bike. It's just a hill, and it's quiet, and there's nice views from the hill, and it's a nice place. My favourite place away from home must be on the west coast of Scotland. It's a little village called Applecross. It's quite a small place stretched along the shoreline of the Applecross Peninsula. It's also where my family originates from. It's quite strange when you go there because half the people have the last name Macbeth, and over here it's like really uncommon. My favourite place out of Scotland is probably the Black Forest in Germany. I visited there with school a few years back when we went to Strasbourg in France, and we came across this cuckoo clock place where they were selling hundreds of them and made them there as well too. And it was all contained in this big chalet kind of building nestled in the Black Forest, and the building itself was actually a big cuckoo clock. Incidentally, it is also the place where I got that. We also went to a small town called Titisi, which is really nice, on the edge of a really big lake, and was one of my settings in my NaNoWriMo novel last year, which I accidentally deleted. Who do you want to answer the survey next? Whoever wants to answer the survey next. If you're currently watching this video and you haven't been tagged yet but would like to be tagged yet, then I tag you. Also, Nicholas Sarkozy, Ray William Johnson, and my mum.